Today is December 4th, 2012. You know, in my life there's been a lot of times where I got into something and found that it wasn't quite what it seemed on the front end. You know, that happened to me in 1992 when I sat on top of a Mayan pyramid in Mexico just as a tourist and had an experience, and then in 1996 connected to that and started to produce a Las Vegas show regarding the Mayan 2012 prophecies, and it was kind of bringing it to life. The thing I noticed about my life at that time was that I was meeting a lot of very interesting people. I was going to produce, I was in the production of and going to be the performer in a Las Vegas production of this Mayan 2012 show, illusion show. And I noticed though that the people that I was around were very, very, very ugly people. Underneath there was the real leaders of these things were really ugly people. There was an ugly spirit behind it. A lot of the people that were involved, you know, in the workers were very nice people, but the people that were truly running the show were not what they seemed. In 1999, I was ready to sell the show to the Aladdin Hotel in Las Vegas, and upon driving up to the Aladdin Hotel, I said a prayer. I said, God, I need some direction, because I knew that the life that I was moving into, while it seemed so wonderful, you know, it really was kind of full of maggots. It was pretty obvious. When I got up to that final meeting to sell the show, and we're going to talk to, you know, the Aladdin Hotel, an interesting thing happened. My phone rang. My sister was on the line, said, "There's someone here that wants to talk to you," and put that person on the phone, and it was my daughter, who I hadn't seen for, I don't know, several years. And she said, "Dad, I ran away to find you. I need you. I need you to come. I need you." Now, I didn't tell her what. She knew nothing about where I was or what I was doing. And understand, at that time I had everything that I ever wanted, but there's my daughter who needed me. So I told the producer of the show, I have to go. And you kind of, you know, are you crazy? I said I have to go. And so I went back, was with my daughter. Well, not a perfect father, that's for sure. I came back and sold my interest in that show. And that was the point of my life, about the year 2000, that I walked away from mysticism. Well, anyway, coming to 2010, in July 12th, 2010, I found Nithyananda's temple in Montclair, California. Thought, wow, this all sounds good. It's just, and the people were so nice, and it just seemed so nice. However, when I first walked in, I heard these people referring to him as God, and I kind of thought that was ridiculous, because, come on, I said to myself, you know, God would have known there was a hidden camera in the video, you know, a hidden camera in the room, and God would have seen all this coming. No, what I said was this was a human being, a boy from an obscure village in India somewhere, that had tapped into something, and I was curious what it was. That led me to talk to him live on the internet and ask him to come spend 63 days at his life engineering program, or anyway, his kind of world conference or whatever it was. And I got on a plane and went to India, and the reception I got when I got to India was a lot different than I'd received in that temple. Satyananda, I think his name is, he was very suspicious of me, and I realized they didn't read my application, and I just thought it was real strange, and I wasn't treated very well. A lot of suspicion, a lot of security going on there, and not a very good spirit. I left, and after I heard Nithyananda say some things that told me what was the reason I was really there, and I left and continued on with my life. I never looked back until one of these devotees called my 17-year-old daughter, and that lit me up. And I said, that's not going to stand. I don't care who you are or what you've tapped into. You don't come after my child. You don't. You just don't. And so that's what happened. You know, today I received a email and a news alert, and it was very interesting because one of them was they had set a conditional bail for Nithyananda associate Nithyananda, who I'd met him in Montclair, close associate of Nithyananda, and basically let him out of, on bail, $50,000 bail, and so I look at that and say, wow, I really feel for him, because here's a guy that gave up a career as in the chemical industry as an executive or something, and wow, I'm sure this hasn't turned out the way that he wanted or had envisioned it to. And then the next one down was really, really disturbing, because I haven't followed these stories, but the next one down showed me that that this 432-page indictment that again, it's all allegedly, but it says here that Nithyananda's rationale, it says, investigations by the State Criminal Investigation Department have revealed that he satiated his carnal desires even in holy places, was that if devotees had sex with him in holy places, they would be purged of sin. Now again, anyway, it goes on to say, during a trip to the Himalayas some 3 years ago, Nithyananda allegedly tried to sodomize a young man from Delhi, leaving him terribly traumatized. Anyway, it says he would frequently enter samadhi, and that he needed sex to get back to the normal state every time he used a condom. That's what is said in this report. The thing I thought was interesting, and what got my attention to make this tape, was that it says Nithyananda even visited a strip club in Las Vegas some 3 years ago. He changed his saffron wear and entered the club with jeans, t-shirt, and a cap, the investigation revealed. Well, now I realize this. Now he was in the town that I was spending time with in the 90s up to the year 2000, probably running in that circle, and very interesting to see that connection. That I couldn't understand the day that I got there, and August 28th, and then August 29th is when he unleashed his levitation to the world, and I thought, this is like Aladdin on his magic carpet. And just today I found and said, wait a minute, I remember back in 1998 that I was selling this show, and realized it's all sort of the part of the same thing, that I witnessed him, kind of like Aladdin on his magic carpet, unleashing this levitation. And it all kind of circles back to this, that what I see happening is the same thing that happened to the old Aladdin Hotel in Las Vegas. And I'll play a clip for you, and so you can see for yourself what is happening to this empire, whatever it is, of Nithyananda. And I think that this tape this clip will explain very well what is happening. To those of you who are still involved, I care for you. I know that I got sucked in just like that, just by going into that temple, and I wanted it to be true, and I know you do too. But I think that the evidence shows otherwise. That's my opinion, and I am entitled to it. So anyway, watch this clip.
And there you heard it. The blast engineer saying no problem with the implosion. And so, with a destructive force of 800 pounds of dynamite, the Aladdin has been extinguished.
Now, at the meditation hall, it says here in this article today in the Deccan Herald, the meditation hall at the Bidadi Ishram, a signboard reads, Leave your mind and footwear outside. This was strictly forced upon the Bhaktas. He told devotees that they should come out of their natural social conditioning and not question his credibility. You've been told to drop your mind. I suggest it's time to pick it back up and start using it. God bless you.